what's going on, YouTube? Time for a weekly close and a monthly close. See where we ended up. Here's a dollar again. Starting off, kind of fell apart. We're waiting for 4 weeks here as it broke out and definitely got rejected. Swinging right across the 34 on a daily. Could whip right back through on the top side, but definitely got rejected after a small breakout on a daily chart. Looking at a weekly, that's definitely a bearish 2-bar candle, closing the week out, closing on its lows, closing below the EMA 8 and the 13 and the 34 all at once. Like I said, you can see here on the weekly the breakout and then the rejection. We got final lines of support on a steep line going on the upside in and around 94. So we got $2 to come down and hit that 94. But it looks like definitely a bearish 2-bar candle. Bearish encompassing 5 weeks worth of work. All at, I think it was all on Friday, so looks bearish from here for the weekly chart. We also have a downward trend in place. You can see there as it got rejected into resistance, rejected big time. So we'll see what happens for the rest of this next month. But so far for the month, looks like a falling star for the monthly close. Definitely rejected. We got on a monthly chart, looks like we got last lines of support at 92. And then, of course, the SMA 34 is coming up. So maybe price and the 34 will finally meet on a monthly chart in and around 92 or below. But you can see the lower highs put in, and then on a monthly chart also the close did not reach its natural point of return. And what do I say when that happens? It's double bearish. So look for anything breaking down on previous lows, and watch out for a break below 92, as it's a watch out below kind of situation from there. Looks bearish for the next month. You can see on a monthly chart the breakdown across the EMA 8, the 13, and then the bullish or the bearish retracement back into resistance. Kind of broke, but got rejected and closed below EMA 8 and 13. So here's our bearish retracement as it broke down below the EMA 8 on a long-term monthly chart. So look out below. That's all I can say about the dollar. Some bad action on the 10-year yield, as we have a failed pattern on the daily chart. When patterns fail, usually they break down pretty drastically. There's our failure on this reverse head and shoulders. It completed the pattern through this neckline. Tried to break out. Let's get that neckline. Tried to break out, but got rejected again. So Looks like a flag pattern mostly, but I mean through the pattern here. But you can see the price action, you can see the rejection. Here's a nice falling star, and then the confirmation from here as it broke down. But ultimately the failure of the whole pattern happened right on that line there through the right shoulder. So see what happens. You can see how drastic the breakdown was. Doesn't look good for the 10-year yield. As we hit 163, 164 and backed off, now we're at 145. That's a daily chart. Weekly, it looks like it's still in the pattern on a weekly, but definitely a rejection from previous lows. So here's our bearish retracement as it broke down previous lows, broke down, made a bottom, bearish retraced back into resistance and got rejected. Closing on its lows, no less, on a weekly chart. Does not look good, as the rejection was pretty harsh. And then on a close monthly chart, we are definitely below previous lows. And you can see the breakdown on that line there from 2, broke down. Here's a pattern here, that's the flag, and then the rejection. Looks like we've got a spinning top on a bottom chart, which most likely is a continuation pattern. So there you have it on a monthly chart. Closed a spinning top on the bottom of a chart, which usually means it's reversal. Spinning tops are reversals on tops, but they are likely a continuation when it happens on bottoms. So there we go. See what happens, but does not look good as the bearish retracement is in. You can see long term, you can see the break. Break down, bearish retracement, break down, bearish retracement. $34 is turning over. EMA 8 and 13 are pointing straight down. Look for 138.5 and below, which is previous low on a monthly chart. It won't let me go back further than that, but that does not look good at all. So be prepared. Get yourself a Bitgold account. Get yourself off this dollar reserve system, debt-based. Get yourself a gold standard, personal gold standard at Bitgold. Who knows what's going to happen? We got S&P calling hyperinflation on this thing as it builds and builds and makes higher highs. Weekly, you got a little hanging man on a weekly, but nothing's confirmed. Daily, it wanted to break out. You can see the flat top break at 2170. Wanted to break out, but no breakout yet. New highs are coming in soon. It looks like it wants to. You can see the EMA 8 kind of pushing up. You can see the 13 kind of twisting up. You can see the 34 has churned and is pointing up. You can see the flat top coming in. You can see a close below, above previous high. This is this candle. Close above the previous high on a daily chart. Wants to go higher on a daily chart. Weekly, you got that hanging man. Nothing's confirmed until it breaks down, which would be that top pattern. Always know that the further away from the EMA 8, the harder it's going to have to go up, as it needs to come down to touch And so buy on the dips. Buy on the dips. Monthly chart close. Looks like a closing on its highs. Looks like a monster coming in. Yep. You can see the 21 break. Closing on its highs. Making new highs all month. Seems impossible, but that's what happens when you pump with fake money. Deutsche Bank had a little bounce from its low, but got rejected big time right in here on a daily chart. You can see the breakdown. Ooh. And then the swing back above the EMA 8. So prices in here thinking it's going to maybe pop. No, breakdown. And then now we have a bearish retracement again. See what happens in the next few days as the EMA 8 and 13 may reject any action above those EMAs. You can see the reverse head and shoulders and the failure again. You can see that right shoulder breakdown. So it's another crack in the pattern, failure pattern. Gap down. So there's your daily. You can see the reverse head and shoulders there. But then a breakdown. Rejected by the SMA 34 on the upside. So no strength whatsoever. Deutsche Bank. Let's get this line out of there. Deutsche Bank, you can see the breakdown on a weekly chart. Break below previous lows. Made a bottom. Bearish retraced. Got rejected. Here's our rejection. And once that happens, prices tend to go lower. So look for lower prices this next month. For a monthly close, let's see how we fared. Any reversal candles anywhere? No, another spinning top. You can see the line. The line there as it broke down. Another step down for the Deutsche. Does not look good. Spinning tops again on the bottoms are usually continuations. If they're on the tops, if I can find a top, here's a spinning top. That's a top. But when it happens on a bottom, it's not a reversal candle, it's a continuation. So we'll see what happens. Look for previous low breaks as the short term looks bearish, as the bullish or bearish retracement is in on most time frames. So there we go. The German bond fell apart Friday. You can see that breakdown. You can see the reverse head and shoulders, but you also see, well, let's reevaluate. Let's see here. This one, the neckline is there. Or not the neckline, the right shoulder breakdown. So it's still holding up, but you have to see. I guess you can do it any other way. You can do it this way too. That's not much of a right shoulder, so we're going to have to go with the higher low angle here. So look for price to come back into here, but most certainly if we break this down, let's do a 5-hour chart, and then we can see that right shoulder breakdown. A little bit better. Here's a little bit better, I think. bounce. 5-hour chart, you can see the breakdown now. You can see the rollover, the cross below the 34, and the bearish retracement right there, making a higher high, but then crashed, breaking through that long trend line on the right shoulder, breaking down, another bearish retracement, breakdown, and then closing on its lows on the 5-hour chart. So there you go. This is definitely a breakdown, just can't really see it on a daily, as we have lines of support down near 20. Negative 20. Can't believe this. So Japan, Germany, all the yield in 10-year yield in the USA bonds all came down a little bit for lower prices on a longer term chart. There you can see the rejection on a weekly chart for the German bond. Definite bearish retracement, rejection. So look for lower prices. Monthly, again, this thing is in terrible shape. You can see the breakdown from previous lows, and then we're closing a monthly spinning top, which again, more likely a continuation rather than a reversal. So there we go. Crude coming down where it needs to be, almost to the 40 mark. Between 42 and 40 is where I wanted to be, and I'm just right there in the middle. And we got a bounce on a daily. Little bounce. Not much of a reversal bar, I would agree, but we did get a bounce, and lo and behold, that SMA 34 is right there. You can see the reversal bar here. You can see the breakdown. So now, since we got a bounce on the daily and a almost touch on a weekly, I'm looking for more of a bounce and a chance to get to that 60 mark where we needed to be. But then again, on a monthly chart, closing on its lows, hopefully this rebound. We still are working with this huge double bottom with this isn't it a dragonfly doji on the bottoms? So it got a doji reversal bar, double bottom, 2-bar double bottom, monthly chart, plus a higher confirmed dragonfly doji, I think. Definitely a doji, where it closes and opens at the same price. Need a nice bounce for crude to shake this out. Looks good, except for we're closing below resistance. So now we got resistance on the way up, so that bounce may have a lot of trouble. See what happens. Closing on its lows does not look good, so I might need to go sideways for a couple weeks. Gold, looks like we did it. Gold bounced when it needed to, right at the end of the month, making the monthly candle a continuation on the upside instead of a reversal bar. But here we are on the daily. You can see the move. Let's look at a 5-hour on gold, as this is where I was concentrating last week. You can see the break and the consolidation, a bullish retracement back into the EMA 8, making a higher low, and then it broke out once again at 1350, making a run. So pretty nice. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, as it made a high, came back, consolidated, and went higher. Whenever you see those dips now, You want to buy into the dips. Once you got a breakout, and then a move, buy the dip. And then you buy the dip, and then you buy the dip, and then you buy the dip, and you keep buying the dips. This is when big boys are buying the dips. Daily again, nice bullish candle, two bar candle, bullish encompassing many days. And look at that, it closed above a previous high. Beautiful. Weekly. Weekly's got this kind of a V bottom, so I'm not sure if we're going to get some volatility, because V bottoms usually don't do much. You can see the V bottom here, and then maybe another V bottom here. But we got to close. We're closing above previous highs at 1355. We need to close this next month above 1374, and it looks poised. It's a nice bullish 2-bar pattern, bounce right off the EMA 8. Your best buy, and I think we talked about this over and over again. Monthly chart close. That is continuation. My goal was by fall to get up to 1475. A measly $100, $125. No problem. No problem. Monthly chart looks great. Continuation should be coming. Moving on to silver. Silver, same thing. Had a little push at the end of the month. Little sideways consolidation on the daily, and then it wants to go higher. It moved across the EMA 834, came back into the EMA 834. That's our bullish retracement. Look for previous high breaks as it wants to go higher. Let's make new highs this month. Weekly. Nice bullish encompassing. Beautiful 2-bar pattern. Did what it needed to do. Didn't necessarily bounce off the EMA 8 like it has been all the way through. So what do I say? It's double bullish. It could come back though. This could be just the start of a consolidation phase going sideways. But that 2-bar pattern pretty bullish. Closing above previous highs. Closing on its highs. Missing its mark. Telling me it was a quicker consolidation. Quicker consolidations usually mean higher prices. So there we go. Very nice move. Did what it was supposed to do right when it needed to. And then closing on the month, you can see the continuation now. Where we were way down here looking at a falling star. Now we're way up here looking at a continuation. Let's break previous highs. Let's see where we're going. I know 1850 was a monster to get through. So now we're in previous lows. We're going to break previous highs. We got steps on the way up. 21. Previous lows at 20. Let's call it 23. 21, 23, all the way. 50% of this candle, previous lows. 26. If we can get above 26, it's blue skies for silver. $26 will get you 50. That's what I think. 26 is 50% of the whole chart too. You got to think long term. The whole chart is 0 to 50, right? You got 50 at 2011 in the 80s. So you got the highs. You got a double top working now. And then you got the range. So let's just say 50 to 0 is the range. which I know that silver was down in $4 range sometime, but I can't go back that far right here. So 50% of the chart is at 25. So if we hit above 26, we'll be in a bullish momentum from there on out. We'll be above 50% of the whole chart range, which on a football field is momentum to the other goal line. So let's get to 26. See how fast we can get there. This thing's pumping hard. Let's get above previous high, which is 21.03 over here on a monthly chart. Let's knock that thing out. Let's get to 26 right away, consolidate, and then let's hit 50. 50 in the next year. Sounds probable. Copper, nice bounce off the 34, the daily chart. You can see a nice bounce. See the move right across the 34, bullish retraced, made a new high, consolidated, got rejected on new highs, boom, 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 stair stepped. You can see the stair step, boom, boom, boom. And then a bounce back into the 34, and then a really hefty, good three bar pattern here, right off the 34. Buy the dips. Daily's looking healthy on copper. If copper moves, I think silver will move along with it, I hear. Just waiting for copper, I think. That's what we're waiting for. You can see the previous high breaks. You can see the long term on a weekly chart. You can see that flat top break there. Right over the 34, consolidating over the 34, very healthy, very healthy. Cross above the 34, bullish retracement, got knocked back a little bit, back into the 8 on a monthly. Boom. Looks healthy. Copper on a weekly is shaping up very nicely. Copper on a monthly, on the other hand, is looking at a short bottom. But if we can get above the EMA 8 and the 34 on a monthly, it wouldn't. I think we're looking for another bull phase here in copper as we're getting ready to move above previous lows. Got higher lows, got a double bottom, got previous lows at 242, and then onwards to 3. We got to break previous lows at 225. See that flat top break? As we got previous highs, previous lows all at once. If we can just pop, it'll hit 245 and then onwards. It's like 3. 3 is a good target for copper in the long run. Nice. Let's look at GDX. GDX popped and made just a sliver of a tongue right across previous highs. Closed back in. Looks great though. Nice bounce right over the 34. Crossing the EMA 8, 13. Use the EMA 8 as your support all the way up. Looked like the flat top break. You might get another dip before that. So watch the dips. Always buy the dips when you get this bullish run. You got the dips, and you flat top breaks as well. GDX weekly, nice. This is what we call a bullish piercing pattern as it opened down, closed way up. At least 50% of the previous candle, we got it closed down, closed above 50% of the previous candle is a bullish piercing pattern. Look for higher prices on a weekly chart. Monthly, closing on its highs. You can see the continuation very well. Let's see where we're going here. If it breaks here, it's likely to go 40. It's the next previous lows. Very nice. GDXJ, same thing. Nice bounce over the 34 on a daily. Sliver of a tongue right over the top. Look for previous high breaks on GDXJ. Weekly chart. Nice. Nice bounce. Another bullish piercing. Not as good as GDX, but it did open down, closed all the way up. Bullish piercing pattern on a weekly chart. Look for higher prices. Monthly, closing on its highs. This thing's a monster. Previous lows coming in at 70. 70, 90, and into the 100 range. Looks like 100 is going to be pretty hard to get through on this one, but it's a monster. Let's look at some equities. AUI. Looks like it got rejected, but bounced when it wanted to break. This thing's ready, primed, ready to break. Keep an eye on this one as the monthly chart is just cracking the 34. Made a low, whipped right back across, wanted to make new highs, got rejected. Buy the dips. You can see buy the dips once we broke above the 34. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Looks like it came all the way down to previous highs, bounced, got rejected, but looking at GDXJ, GDX, gold, everything's bullish, so just a minor setback for AUI on Friday. Very clearly on a monthly you can see what it wants to do is break. It wants to break this meeting line, which I've mentioned before. This is a major resistance meeting line where we got low and high all at the same spot basically. We got resistance at 7, 8, 50, onwards of 10. So in other words, AUI is barely breaking the monthly chart across the 34 SMA. So what I like to do on a monthly chart is take the bottom, take the break, and do a measured move. So there you go. Doesn't all happen in a month. Monthly charts take months to come through, but some people like to throw it in there and wake up 6 months later. Nugget, same thing, GDXJ, AUI, GDX, all the same kind of deal going on. We got bullish, bullish, bullish bounces. I don't think I could get a nice chart on a monthly on Nugget, but you can see that bullish piercing pattern coming through once again. And yeah, I don't think I can see this one very well. But you can see on Nugget the SMA 34 is sitting at 200. So once it breaks that long-term chart on a monthly, you might see this thing just really just, it's like, oh my god, 14,000, what are you talking about? 3 times gold. If it breaks that monthly chart, previous lows are at 4,000, so I don't even know what to think. So Maybe. That's awesome. JNUG. Lots of money to be made out there. JNUG. Same thing. Here's your daily chart. Weekly chart. Same thing going on everywhere. This looks beautiful as the bounce came through. Another bullish piercing pattern. Just this 2-bar pattern is awesome. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Look for a 300 break. And then a previous high break. That's a beautiful 2-bar candle there. Just be careful. Volatility is here on these 2-bar patterns. It could come back down and retrace the 50% rule, which is 50%. Want to stay, this bullish piercing pattern needs to stay above 50%. As look for price maybe to come down and just bounce right off the 50% rule. But definitely look for previous high breaks at 300 on JNUG. Let's see if we can get a nice chart out of the monthly. You can see, oh, I don't even have a 34. This thing's too new. I don't have a 34 SMA coming through yet. But you can see that 3-bar, 3-monthly break at 200, right? We got a meeting line and previous lows in and around 600. So there you go. Lots of potential. Lots of potential. It's unbelievable. USLV, same thing. Look at the previous high break coming in at 28. As this is bullish because it didn't come down to its natural point. It came down bent as far as it could. Did not touch the 34 SMA. It's bounced hard. Look for previous high breaks, 28 and up. Which if we get a good Sunday night run, Monday morning this thing could gap to 30 no problem. USLV's got a nice long-term chart. Love it. Let's see if we can get a nice picture. You can see that J, always that J curve on the long-term charts, and pops. Bullish retraced. 13 was your best buy. You got a previous high break, flat top break at 20. Boom. Another flat top break at 30. Look for previous high. Running into previous highs at 30. So maybe a bump and run at 30. We got previous lows at 37. So look for resistance on the top side between 30 and 37, as you might have to consolidate for a while. But should we start breaking previous highs? This thing's got blue skies. Look for major resistance at 100 to 120. Who knows? This thing's a monster. Major resistance at 200. It's huge. I want to end the session here. FSM. I like this long-term chart, and it had the nice bounce on the daily, just like everyone else. Nice bullish piercing pattern, just like everyone else. But on a monthly, hopefully I can get this in. No, it's not going to show me, is it? Huh. Hang on one second. Alright, so I had to switch over. Sometimes the charts don't match up and I can't see what I want to see. But here's FSM. Here's a weekly. Look for a previous break at 9. Look for any retracement back into support, which is the previous high. But this is an all-time breakout. 52-week highs. All-time highs. The break at 750 to 8. Consolidation on a weekly between 9 and 750. Look for previous high breaks on FSM as it wants to go to the moon. Pretty sure. We're going to see a lot of these kind of plays come in as the bull market keeps going. We're going to see previous high breaks, long-term breaks. This one was made in 2011, 2012, during the last bull run. Now, this thing took off from 2 all the way to 9 and backed off. Look for previous high breaks at 9. Set your alerts. Do whatever you got to do. Look for support buys. Buy the dip. Keep buying the dips on this thing. Who knows where it's going to go? I wouldn't have a clue. All I know is it's working new highs. All-time highs. And this bull market just started. So let's call it 2 to 7. It's $5. So look for the first measured move coming out of FSM, coming into 13. I'm just guesstimating. Measured move from 2 to the break. 2 to 7. Let's call it $5. So from 8, let's so from 7, 5 is 12. Look for a run between 12 and 13. From there, I don't know. I'm just going to start with the first measured move. But that looks awesome. While I'm on my quote tracker, let's just see if we can find anything good. Anything we missed. AG. AG's at resistance right now. Look for any kind of turnaround. But again, just like FSM, if we get up to this 26 on FSM, another $10, no problem. But right now you want to be careful. You're at resistance. Look for a consolidation. Look for a pop consolidation. You got resistance at 22, so look for some kind of a pop and consolidation inside of this pattern. Look for a 22 and up. As 26 approaches, bam, making this thing all-time highs. AG's, I believe it's the best performing silver stock right now. So let's see if we can find anything good. ASM, nice bounce. ASM, just like AG, hit resistance in and around 3 and got rejected on a long-term chart. But look for that to break, as on a weekly it did a little stair step into support, bounced. Look for that break to come in on ASM. Keep a watch on it. Long-term breakout as the previous high in and around, I don't know, in and around 4. So between 3 and 4, look for volatility, a 4 o'clock high breakout on ASM. Be fun to watch. Let's see, AUI went through that. Sorry, I got a lot of penny stocks and pink sheets on here. I don't want you to think those are any good. Those are only good for me because I like the risk. So whatever. CDE is always a good one. CDE's been running for a while though. It already broke the monthly SMA. Definitely closed on its highs for the month. There's coming into resistance though, so be careful as we are reaching previous lows, and this thing already made its measured move. From here to here, and the break from there is the measured move completing. Look, we need some kind of consolidation on CDE. Who knows what can happen? If this thing is bullish, as they say, this new bull gold silver market, if it's as bullish as they say, this thing will just bust right through, hit that 30 and consolidate. But let's just pay attention as we are at previous lows right now on CDE. So be careful, careful, careful. BVN. Apologize if some of these are not mining stocks, but I think this one is. Can't be for sure. So option sheet. Hold on, I was trying to get the research sheet. Yeah, it's a mining company. Alright. Let's keep off of that. BVN is breaking out. Breaking previous lows, breaking previous highs. BVN's got a potential to get to previous lows, which is at 30. You see these monthly breaks. You pay attention, because it's got a long road ahead of it for months. Monthly breaks, good for the long-term charts. CLF, I think CLF is going to hit 10. Hasn't stopped moving since 3. I think I recommended it right down here as it broke out and they took all of its gains all the way down 100% plus. I was thinking, watch out, because that rubber band has been pulled back all the way. And it hasn't stopped since. It had a flat top break even at 6, ran all the way to 850. I think its natural course is to 10, so pay attention as 10 is coming on CLF. EGO hasn't woken up yet. Looks like we closed below support on a monthly. Look for some kind of a bounce, as this needs to be carried across 520. Looks like we're at a bottom here as it tapped previous high, previous lows, so we tapped it. Let's look for some kind of a bounce on EGO. Get above the EMA 8 on a weekly. The 5 o'clock high on EGO is the break. Buy into dips. Buy the dips. Let's keep going. I like this FFMGF. I know it's a foreign mining stock, but this is a First Majestic Financing, which is the AG sister company. I'm watching for a break above 1. It did already hit above 1, consolidated, made a double bottom, and now it's going higher. So watch that one. We went over FSM, GDX, GDXJ, JFI, so Goldfields. Here, you can see the previous high break on GFI. right? Previous high break will get you into previous lows. So that looks promising if the bullish, long-term bullishness can stay intact. Pretty nice. Six break will get you to 9. Goro had a nice run, but got rejected, and then recovered pretty nicely. Let's see if we can see that rejection. See that rejection here, but bullish piercing pattern right after the bearishness. Quick consolidation. That's the 1-2 punch. Let's look next week as this thing wants to go higher. You can see the breakout over the monthly. Pay attention. As 4 broke, give us to 6. We are going into previous highs on Goro. So look for some kind of consolidation, volatility. As bullish as it looks, this quite certainly can just break right through. So watch for that. Previous high break. Let me take a look at GPL. Someone mentioned GPL. GPL had a little problem here as it broke, got rejected, and came all the way back through. But it didn't come all the way down to its SMA 34 on a weekly chart. Make sure we close above the EMA 8 to keep the bullishness intact. Looks like on the 60 minutes we got a falling star. Can't say yet as it wants to, because we put in kind of a consolidation pattern. Not sure where it wants to go. It definitely wants to bounce, but look for previous high breaks before we decide. It's a definitely bullish 2-bar pattern on a weekly. Looks like momentum has come down. It's my momentum indicator. OBV, someone sold off quite a bit there in the last few weeks. Pretty hard to say. Look for candle breaks. Look for previous high breaks. Previous low breaks. Don't know where it's going yet. GSS, another one. You can see the breakout and then the rejection, but then the bounce. Right over the EMA 8 on a weekly. You can see on a monthly the break and then the consolidation back into support, all in the same month. It looks bullish from here, but we'll see as the rest of the market should take it with on the upside. Closed nicely on the 60-minute chart. Here's my 8-hour chart. I have an 8-hour chart. Look for previous high breaks as my alarm is set at 82. Let's call it 82. Still, momentum is strong. Oversold situation. I wish the OBV was stronger. But look how this, if it breaks above previous high, you can see this OBV become positive in a matter of seconds. Let's see. You can see the bullishness on HL as it broke the SMA monthly chart. We're into resistance on HL, and then even longer term resistance coming down. So we've got 2 forms of resistance between 7 and 8. And so look for something on that. All these long-term Could hit resistance, come down, make an opposing point, consolidate, and then we'll have to wait for a larger bull run. But if it's as bullish as they say it is, I mean, it could just break out. No problem. No problem. HMY, same thing. Look for previous high breaks on HMY. Harmony. Previous high breaks on Harmony. Here's an old one but goodie. Ivanhoe Mining. It used to have a U.S. Symbol, but I don't know what happened to it. I used to trade this a long time ago. Ivanhoe. Just love the name. Anyways, look for previous high breaks at 1. Right? You can see that had previous highs. Looks like it closed above previous highs. This thing wants to run. We got previous lows at... So it's got previous highs to break, previous lows to break, and then it's pretty much blue skies until you get to 3. Right? 250. Ivanhoe. Looks like a runner. Let's see. Already did JNUG. Too much to show. NVG. Looks like a little trouble there. NVG's working off a double top. Coming into long-term resistance. You can see the pushback from there. Look for consolidations on NVG. So it needs to break previous highs. All-time highs at 16. Set your alerts. NAK. Yes, NAK. This might be a nice one for anybody watching. As the weekly chart broke out above long-term trend, set back in 2014. You can see momentum's building. You can see the OBV just took off. Huge spike in OBV. Good signals, good confirmation on any previous high breaks, which was at 49. I wish I was in this, as they took my money before when I thought this was going to break here, and it ended up slagging. Like a stock that's slacking. It's a slagging stock. Look at that monthly break on the chart coming. You can see the long-term J curve. Long-term J, and then a pop. It's popping. It's breaking previous highs. Look for previous ultimate high at 70. But from here, previous high break, breaking into previous lows. Let's see where we can go with this. Looks like previous low at $2. Probably a lot of bump and runs on the way in. But the chart is definitely breaking. Looks like we need to get to 1. Over 70 to 1. But you can see that bullish action right over the trend line. Bam! Bullish retracement, boom. The 1-2 punch right over the trend line. Follow volume. Follow the OBV. Get your momentum indicator. Make sure it's on the up. Confirmation. This thing's bullish. I like that one. Here's the copper, I think. The copper. Watch copper as this one is going to run with it. NG. Breaking previous highs. It's been running for a while. It already broke the 34. Was in this tight range. Boom. Kept going. Never looked back. We got previous lows. Breaking above previous lows. Look for the price to come into previous highs, as all-time highs are going to be fun to watch. You see the bullish move again on the weekly, right over the EMA 8 and 30 and 13. Making sure we get above previous highs. Previous highs. Let's get above new highs. NGD, same thing. Nice bullish move right over 5. Good God. This move has just started on NGD. Let's get the 6. Looks like 6 will get us to 7, into previous lows up to 10. It's another one to watch. On a previous high, downtrend, and then a break. I mean, all-time highs at 14 could be very nice to watch in the future. I think it could do it. Nugget, we did. PASS. Nice bull. Movement on the weekly. OBV volume is a little low. Lower than usual, but long term it already broke. 10 all the way to 20. Pretty nice move. Very nice move. Kind of running a long segment here, but guess it's worth it for the monthly close, right? Got a whole bunch in here. Let's see if we can find something that's really nice. SIVR is a silver equity or physical. What is it? It's a physical holding. Physical silver holding. Pretty sure. SIVR. Look at that break. Previous low breaks, previous high breaks. Monthly chart is breaking out. Very nice. You can see the consolidation did not come down into support. That's double bullish. SIVR. Silver. Get us up into previous lows. Nice. Tahoe just breaking that monthly chart. Bounced off the previous lows, off the EMA 8. Just like clockwork. Watch for previous high breaks on Tahoe on a monthly chart. You can just take a ride. Easy deasy. This thing's going to take all-time highs too. If this breaks, it's likely to reach 28. It's got a lot of work to do to get to 28, but all-time high break at 28 on Tahoe would be awesome to watch. Wow. USLV. Let's keep track of this one. Nice bullish move on the, like you can see, it didn't come down into the natural support. So that's a quick consolidation for USLV. Look for previous high breaks as it wants to go higher. You can see the bullish break at 20. The gap on the monthly chart, it's a good bullish strength there. Wants to break in above the SMA 34 on a monthly chart. Watch USLV as it breaks into previous lows. This thing could get to 40, consolidate, and move higher. All-time breaks on this one, too hard to see. In and around 650. That's awesome. Things are monsters. I think that's all I got. Everything else is more or less a penny stock. And everything else we covered on the other charts. But that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all your comments. I got an email about they don't have PayPal and they want to donate. Get yourself a Bitgold account and do peer-to-peer transfer of your gold. My email address is the same as my PayPal, rustysmetals@gmail. But that would be another way to do it. Otherwise, if you want my P.O. box, that would be alright. I'm definitely not giving you my home address. No. Not any crazy fans showing up. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, thanks for your comments. Thanks for your support. Donate if you can. And I'll see you on the flip side. Looks like a great month for us. So I'll see you.